Guys were wondering how destroyed this area is after a couple days of making that ring. We got the first table where I mainly had my flex shaft set up, and let's see, in these boxes I got all my attachments, and then over here's where I set up the bench grinder and have all the necessary things to work on the outside. So basically this is outside diameter, and then over here is inside diameter. But yeah, I made quite the mess. Yeah, it'll get cleaned up eventually. And then so here we got all the things I've made, or all the rings I've made over the years. Quite a few of them. So you guys saw this one. It's the one I just finished today. And then let me categorize these real quick. Alright, so these are aluminum bands. So this one is a aluminum and bronze with, I took the shavings and filled it on the inside of that ring, and then clearly you saw this one. This is a necklace I made. I forget how many links it has, but I made each and every one of these links, soldered them together by hand. That took forever. You can tell I was bored back then. Let's see, these are copper rings. Twisted copper, and then just a copper band soldered together. These are my composites. So this one's just black plastic with locust wood on the outside. This one's a 4-piece ring, black composite with walnut. So I had 2 pieces of acrylic and walnut in the center of that one. Same thing, except for this one has locust, which locust wood's really cool because it kind of changes color if you get the right grain. This is micarta, handmade. I made this micarta out of some jeans I had laying around and some resin, and then made this ring out of it, which this stuff is super strong. And then this is some other type of micarta. I didn't make this, but I didn't make the micarta, I made the ring. And then let's see, we have this version of rings. Basically it's the outside of a bearing, which is super tough steel with different woods. So that's one of the locust ones. Here's another one. Same one, but cedar. Walnut. This was actually the first one I ever made. Hickory. And then African blackwood, which is super expensive, but it's also like, that's wood. You can barely tell. There you can kind of see. But yeah, this stuff is like 80 bucks a pound, and I got my hands on a little piece of it. It's also super dense, super heavy. And then this one is another 4-piece ring. Bearing steel on the inside, copper and acrylic. This one took a long time to make. And then we've got the third style of ring, which is a bigger bearing where I hollow it out, but then it leaves this channel. So I put some twisted copper wire in this one, which I really like this ring, but it's just really big. Like, that's a monstrous ring. Let's see, this is one. This was my first gen. This is one I gave to my grandpa before he passed, and This one actually saved his hand from being broken when a freezer door slammed on it. So this one's tested. And then this one was another one I made for him. I called this the Black Widow ring, which I inlaid. That stuff, it's basically the same thing as this, but it's just inlaid. And that one's a really nice ring. So yeah, you guys want to see all the rings I've made. There you go. It's quite a few of them. And this one is, like I said, by far the most colorful one I've ever made. But this one, I've made like 4 different generations of this. But this is the only one I have on me right now. But that one is definitely one of the ones I'm most proud of.